Greetings and welcome to whatever time and space you happen to be in. I'm here in the mid afternoon in the San Juan Islands, in the Pacific Northwest states. My name is Alyssa and I use they, them pronouns. And I just wanted to send a little bit of an offering into grounding. I've been thinking a lot about what it takes to grow and spending time with folks who have gardened and cultivated plants and cultivated and grown communities a little bit more in the last couple of weeks. And been thinking about the roots that we need to build and sometimes the care that it takes in the early stages of something to make something grow. And anytime I think I've done something for a long time, every once in a while someone will bring up how long I've practiced yoga or taught yoga, etc., which seems sizable and, is nice to sort of look at the experience that I can stand on or with. But mostly, it always feels new. It feels like I could practice for a lifetime trying to be a human being and still not quite get there, which is really what we're doing in this yoga practice. So I thought I would offer this context of that which is alive, that which comes forth and grows. It needs to have a root system that makes sense. Sometimes we think of a strong root or a tap root or the axis mundi, the root of the world, and needing that foundational point of view to grow towards the sun and to be able to germinate and emerge. Roots often come forth first. But some roots need to be shallow, right? Some roots need to spread wide as opposed to go down. It can be important to kind of consider what type of foundation you really need to expand and grow. But to sort of continue with that physical theme, I always want to remind you that I'm here on a different farm here on the island, and I'm with dogs and animals and people, and sometimes we get interrupted. And the same might be true for you. So you might just take the time to consider that part of the root of your practice is taking into account the given circumstances of your experience and letting those things be true so that there is an interruption to your practice. It doesn't stop you from practicing. Even if you do decide to stop and come back another day, etc., that you have this foundation of continuing, right? Repetition, not so much as a return. All right, you're always welcome to do what's right for you. I encourage you in your own sovereignty and agency to move in a way that feels good for you, to care for your body, to stop when you need to pause this video, maybe just to do one part of it if you'd like and come back. On the tool is yours to use as you wish. Right, otherwise, we're going to do kind of a briefer practice than usual, focusing on the lower body, having that sense of rooting and grounding, a little bit of shifting. As you find yourself in time and space, I'm going to start in a seat, but you could stand or sit in a chair, sit up on something. We'll begin with chanting Om. The sound of Om is the seed sound of the universe. And the reason for chanting it is to remember that we're not doing a fun jazzercise session here. I mean, maybe, yes, that's also part of what you're doing. But the context is more less performative, less form-based, and more internal awakening based, that we're here to acknowledge that in this lifetime, in this body, that we are of this universe as much as the stars in the sky or the many ancestors that came before, and that in doing this practice from our conditioned existence and bear witness to how things really are. So you could really do that thing. We just happen to use these classical forms and shapes so that we have context, felt sense in our body to connect and unionize. All right, I spoke. Begin with 3 rounds of Om. You're always welcome to sit in silence instead. Many good reasons to choose not to vibrate sound. Whatever position you're in, take some time to tune the pipe of your spine to figure out what feels balanced in that spring setting. To clear and prepare the energetic channel of your body, take an inhale in through your nose, slow and deep, long and smooth. And open your mouth to exhale. Inhale, prepare to chant. one slow breath in through your nose and a slow breath out. Whatever position you're in, you could stay in a seat or come to a hands and knees position. Stack your body like a table, shoulders over the seam of the palms of your hands, knees underneath the hips. Undulate your spine. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat, round and tuck. Follow your breath. Inhale to extension. Exhale to contraction. Follow your breath through these two shapes, and remember, it doesn't have to be incredibly deep to be effective. You could always add to it. Sometimes freedom to stretch and move is exactly what is required. Good. Take an inhale to reach your right leg back. Sweep it out to the right and exhale to place it down. And stop the undulating now if you wish. Gate pose, walk your hands back, roll yourself up. Inhale, take your arms up. Press into your right foot as you exhale to side bend over to the right. Inhale up through center. And exhale to release your two hands down. Inhale, pick your right leg up and sweep it back. And on your exhale, cross it behind your left leg. And sink your hips back. Now, they might not go very far back, right? My feet are relatively close together, so I'm not trying to get my hips to the ground. Just enough that you kind of meet compression, pressing your left thigh down into your right. You think of eagle legs or cow face legs. And then shift your weight back forward. You might land your left knee. Uncross your right leg and you're back in the tabletop shape. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral. Inhale, reach your left leg back. I'm just turning for reference. Exhale to sweep it out and exhale to put your left foot down. Come back in and up. You've opened the gate, right? Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Make sure your legs and feet are supporting you, right? Even though it's a kneeling pose. How are you building foundation? How do you create needed organization? Planning is dreaming, as it were. Especially as you consider broader community, collaboration, etc., so on. Inhale to reach up. And exhale to come down. Hands to the earth. Inhale, pick your left leg up and sweep it back. And exhale to cross it behind your right leg. Walk your hands back and let your right knee lift off the ground, but I can't get my hip to my heel, right? So instead of widening your foot further out, your left foot further out, see if you can keep it kind of underneath your tail and sink your hips back. I feel it in my lower back. You might feel this in your IT band, your knee, your hip. Just go ginger so you don't need to go so deep that too much pressure or compression is happening. Slowly shift forward, walk your hands forward, uncross the bind of your legs. Curl your toes under, inhale. Lift your hips up, exhale. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hips high, heels low. You can always come up to your tippy toes or bend your knees. You're welcome to do tabletop instead of down dog. You're welcome to choose a different neutral pose, standing or sitting. You can be truly creative, right? The posture or gesture is more an idea of support and foundation. Press into your hands, teaching them to be like feet. Extend out of your shoulder sockets, teaching them to be like hips. Take a big free inhale. Use your exhale to draw your right knee in towards your chest, pull your shoulders over your wrists, and step your right foot forward. All right, we're going to go back to where we came. Inhale, pick your right foot up. Exhale, down dog. One more time on the right side. Oh, bugs everywhere here. Inhale. Exhale, pull your right knee in towards your chest and step as far forward as you can. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, step back. Now you can go out to the side. You might have flesh blocking you, tightness in your hip, making it hard to flex at your hip. We'll try the other leg. Inhale. Exhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest. Step forward. Inhale, push into your hands, lift your left foot up. Exhale, down dog. Take a big free inhale. Exhale, step with your left foot. Press into your hands, inhale. Keep your knee pulled in. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. All right. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull your right knee through. Step your foot forward. Inhale, cow lunge. Dip your hip, lift your heart. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel free to bend your knees to stick out your heart, your tail. Exhale to fold down. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, folding. 1 more time. Follow your own breath. Bend your knees. Slowly round up to standing. Samasthiti, neutral. Close your eyes or look out at a spot. Have your feet together, hips distance, but spread your weight in a balanced way, in an equal way across. I had a good teacher once who taught me that fair and equal are different things. You can cut the loaf into equal slices, but everyone will have different backgrounds and different needs for different amounts of bread. So what is fair is more complicated. I think Samasthiti is like that. You can spread your weight across the arches of your feet, your toes, and figure out whether to press or pull. Stay sensitive. It's best learned through your own experimentation and experience. We continue to stay tuned in and turned on. Inhale, arms up pose, reach up. Urdhva Hastasana, maybe look up if your neck allows. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Bend your knees as needed. Inhale, halfway lift, unroll your heart. Exhale, fold and step your right foot back. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to pull your shoulders forward. Exhale your knees to the mat. You might inhale like cow pose, flare out your chest and tail. Exhale, try to lower that down on or towards the earth. Inhale to cobra. Press back with your hands to slide forward with your heart. Lift it up. Exhale to bring your chin or forehead down. 2 more times. Follow your breathing. Inhale will take you up. Exhale unrolls it. Follow your breath through 1 more. Curl your toes, plug your knees down. You might be able to go back through your tail and up as you exhale into downward facing dog. Take a big free inhale in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Again in through your nose. Ujjayi out through your nose. Ujjayi, inhale in, prepare. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, gaze forward, cow lunging. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. A backward bend as you flare your tail out and squat your hips low. You would take your arms out, forward, or up. Exhale to sink into your heels and soften any gripping in your toes. Inhale, stand all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up, maybe reach back, and exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach upward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unroll halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, take your right foot with you to downward dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, knees to the mat. Take another inhale if you need to flare your chest and tail. Exhale to lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra, strong feet kicking down. Exhale, make your way back to downward dog. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, right leg up, one-footed dog. Reach it straight back. Think about your pelvis front facing down towards the earth. Exhale, bring your knee in. Step your right foot forward. You can always grab it and pull it up, but it's okay for your knee to be past your ankle. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Utkatasana, bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, arms up. Still inhaling, rise up, Urdhva arms up pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, weight in your left foot, step your right foot back. Inhale, unroll your heart. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, one-footed dog. Pick your left leg up and take it all the way back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward to a plank position. Exhale, downward dog. Let your inhale breathe your chest bone, your sternum forward. Let your exhale draw your navel in, swing your hips up and back. One more time, follow your in-breath. Follow your out-breath. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee in, step your foot forward. Inhale, peel your heart forward. Exhale, step your right foot up and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Utkatasana, bend your knees, root your heels down. Inhale to rise up. Still inhaling, stand up, reach up and back. And exhale. Stand in neutral. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unroll. Exhale, fold. Weight in your right foot, step your left foot back. Inhale, sink your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, one-footed dog. Reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, up dog, or perhaps cobra with the front of the belly on the earth. Exhale to downward facing dog pose. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, open your hip and bend your knee. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, step it through. High on the ball of your back foot, rise up. You could climb up your right leg. Try to keep your hips low, your feet grounded. You could take your arms out or up overhead, Anjaneyasana, the crescent lunge. If you want to work on rooting, keep feeling for the texture of the ground or mat under your heel, under your foot. Reach up, maybe look up, start to look back. And exhale your hands to the earth. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Utkatasana, sink your hips. Inhale, arms up, still inhaling, rise. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. A little gusty today. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. Inhale to rise, crescent lunge, high lunge. Take a few breaths, this first one especially, to organize, to reach up and reach back. Hopefully, unlike me, the sun isn't glaring right in your eyes. When you're ready, use an exhale to plant your hands. Inhale, one-footed dog. Take your left leg up and back, and exhale, scorpion. Open your hip and bend your knee. Inhale, straighten and reach, and exhale your left foot to the earth. Inhale to plank. You can roll forward if you like. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Two different options. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, open your hip and bend your knee. Inhale, straighten and reach. And exhale, step forward. Now, sometimes we have to get rooted and oriented quickly, like this, transitioning from load bearing in our hands to in the feet. Inhale, push down into that foundation to rise up, reaching upward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, half lift. Engage your mid back. Exhale, fold for Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, arms up. Still inhaling, stand up. Reach up and reach back. Exhale. Samasthiti. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, unrolling. Exhale, fold and step your left foot back. Inhale, press into your feet to pick your upper body up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, one-footed dog. Exhale, scorpion. Open your hip and bend your knee. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, up to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Push with your feet. Inhale, plank pose. Straighten your legs. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward dog or an alternate. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. All right, we're going to do some standing transitions, rooting with the feet, a little balance work. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, open the hip, bend your knee. Inhale, straighten and reach, and exhale, step through. Inhale to rise up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, bend your back knee, bend your elbows like a cactus arm backward bend. Inhale, straighten your back leg, straighten your arms to reach, outer up. Exhale, bend your elbows, bend your left knee. Right knee's already bent. One more time, inhale. Exhale to bend. This time, bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight. You can lean into your right foot and step up into Utkatasana. Inhale your arms up. Still inhaling, stand up. Exhale. Samasthiti, bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, your hands to your hips, weight in your left foot. Slowly tilt your torso forward, step your right foot back. Inhale to take your arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows, bend your right knee. High on the ball of your right foot. Inhale, extend. Try to keep your hips relatively stable. Exhale, bend your knee, bend your elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Take an inhale. Exhale, your hands down. Inhale, one-footed dog, left leg high. Exhale, scorpion. Inhale, one-footed dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale out into a staff or a plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, urdhva mukha, upward dog. Exhale, adho mukha, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, open your hip. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale to step. Inhale, high lunge, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bend your back knee, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten your legs, shift your weight. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale your arms up. Still inhaling, stand up. Exhale, Samasthiti, bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the hips, weight in your right foot, tilt forward. Step your left foot back. Inhale your arms up. High lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bend your back knee, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale your hands down to frame your right foot. Push down to lift your right foot. Inhale, one-footed dog, reach it high and back. Exhale, scorpion, open your hip. Inhale to reach. Exhale, down dog. Inhale up to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Press with your feet to go forward to plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, urdhva mukha svanasana, upward dog. Exhale, adho mukha svanasana, downward dog. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, hop or walk up to the top of your mat and hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Still inhaling, stand up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Turn sideways on your mat. I'm going to do a little stepping out and stepping back to the side, a different way of moving. Keep your knees soft. I laugh because it's awkward. Like sometimes when I was younger and I would go to yoga class and the teacher would offer something awkward or new or different, it'd be kind of frustrating because I could do these other things gracefully and it seems silly to do this other pathway. And I think it can be good for us to play with what's awkward. Plus then we've practiced being with what's awkward, which is always good to prepare us for life. So inhale, take your arms up. And exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, Utkatasana. Weight in your left foot. Pick your right leg up. We're going to kind of sort of extend our leg out like we're doing a funky side kick and see if we can very slowly place the right foot down, right? Even turn your heels in and your toes out for the goddess shape. Sink your hips. Straighten your legs. Turn your feet parallel and fold forward on the exhale. Prasarita Padottanasana, the wide-footed fold. Take a few rounds of breath to bring your head down and your tail up. Inhale to unroll. Exhale, your hands to your hips. Inhale to stand the rest of the way up. Exhale, turn your toes out a little, bend your knees. Shift your weight into your right foot. Start to straighten your left leg. See if you can step up into that kicking position, sorta, yeah. And then drop your right foot and left foot down right next to one another, Utkatasana. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart or hips. Weight in your right foot. Start to tilt to the right. Pick your left leg up and see if you can take it out. Very slowly shift your foot to the ground as far away as you can. And then again, turn your heels in and toes out and exhale, squatting in horse or goddess. Inhale, straighten your legs, parallel your feet. Exhale to fold forward. You're welcome to any arm grip you wish. Passive or active, leverageless or not. Inhale to stand up. Exhale your hands to your hips. Turn your heels a little in, your toes a little out, bend your knees. Shift your weight into your left foot. You might have to drag your right foot to be able to pick it up to that kicking position. Step your right foot back to your left. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach upward. Exhale, stand in neutral. All right, we're going to try to shift weight with straighter legs. Doesn't need to be super straight. We don't need to perform straightness here. Inhale, take your arms up. Weight in your left foot, and exhale, step your right foot out to the right. Bring your arms out to a T. Take a big free inhale, turn your heels and toes out, and exhale, squat. Bring your elbows towards one another behind you. Flip your palms out to the sides. And keep your arms bent in this way. And you can start to straighten them and try to keep that contraction in your middle back behind your heart. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach up. I'm going to go in a circle to the left with our arms. Sweep down towards your right leg across the earth. Bend your right knee and squat into Skandasana. Now, for many of us, this will look much higher up. You might utilize a wall or a prop. If it's not super graceful, try to hang with it in a kind and ginger way. No need to force compression into your joints. Inhale, shift over to the opposite side. Exhale. And give yourself Skandasana, side squatting to the left. Going back and forth feels good for you. Go ahead and inhale to transition and exhale to shift your weight. You can do this with or without hands, depending on your degree of comfort and practice with it. I always suggest to support yourself if it feels dicey, right? There's no need, right, to put yourself in a survival mode kind of situation when you could continue to be in sort of thriving mode. All right, next time you come back through, slowly come back towards the center of your shape. Put your hands on the ground, parallel your feet, hands on your hips. Inhale to stand up. Exhale, we're going to do warrior two to the right. So take your arms out. Breathing deeply. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Warrior two to the left. Just switch your feet around. Again, organize the foundation. Breathe into the architecture above. Inhale, straighten your left leg, reverse your feet. Exhale, side angle to the right. You might bring your elbow to your knee, your left arm up or over. You would come down inside or outside your leg as well. Listen. Exhale to reach with your left hand forward and down. You might put it on your right knee on the block or the earth. Spin your left heel up. So you're facing your right foot. And inhale, lift your right arm up, twist to the right. This is a form of revolved side angle. You could always do it with your back heel down if your knee allows, or your back knee down for more space. Some of you might even try to cross your left elbow or shoulder outside of your right knee. We're going to go all the way to side angle on the left side. Think about your footwork. Inhale to stand up. Slowly reverse your feet. Exhale to side angle. Dog likes to get close so she looks giant like a dinosaur. Inhale to reach and turn towards your left foot. You can bring your right hand to your left knee, to the earth or a prop. Inhale, twist to the left. Good. We're going to go to low lunging on the right side. So inhale to peel yourself up. Turn it all the way around. And exhale to lower your left knee down. You can always pad the knee or keep your back toes curled if the knee is tender. Rise up in your right knee thigh. Inhale your right arm up. Left arm up, and exhale, side bend to the right. There we go. That's the right side part of it. You're welcome to sort of make little circles towards going into back bending. We're here in the waxing gibbous. We got about half of a moon going down right now. Super bright at about 3 or 4 in the morning. You're always welcome to any variations, anything that feels good for you. And exhale to release 2 hands down inside your right foot. Lizard lunging, and stay on your hands or come down to your forearms. You're welcome to climb behind your right knee or leg. Turn your chin towards your shin or tuck your head under your right thigh. Climb out of there, curl your back toes, walk your way over. Get to the left side. Out here a little bit. And climb up on your left knee thigh and inhale your right arm up. Exhale, side bend to the left. You might make little circles to head towards back bending if it feels good for you. Release 2 hands down inside your left foot. Lizard lunging, you can stay on your hands or come to props or go down to your forearms. Please, as much as you can, try not to get caught in the idea that you're performing the postures. There are definitely some beautiful poses and bodies performing them beautifully of all different sizes and shapes. That can be very satisfying, but once we've sort of moved past the aesthetic, we might find that we're awakening from conditioned existence, or we're liberating ourselves from beliefs that we don't share, from influences that are not us. We need to sort of sort out how we slipstream through our karma in this lifetime, through the actions that we take, and slowly climb up and out. You're going to walk your way to the wide-footed fold and take Samakhanasana, same angle. Widen your feet away from one another. It might be 80, 85 degrees. You can plant your hands and tuck and tilt your pelvis. Inhaling to flare your tail. And exhaling to tuck it. This just moves along some of the tendons and the inside edge of the hip. If it feels a little nauseating, etc., please do back off. No need to force or jam. Some of us might slip towards the earth depending on our flexibility level. We're going to turn towards splitting to the right here in a couple of moments. So if you're really low, know that you might need to scooch in and rise up a little bit. Some of you will turn on the ground. Some of us will do the half split instead of Hanuman asana. All right, so if you're super low and you need to get up a little, you could scooch in by pressing into your hands, or to walk your way to the right. We're going to drop the left knee down, right? So my legs are really wide, and that might be a new feeling and feel good and interesting. You could flex your ankle and fold there. You might send your hips back a bit and try to straighten your right leg. You might have to slide back to fold over. And you're welcome to any degree of splitting that feels good for you. Remember, nobody pays anyone more at work, really, for their ability to do the splits. Maybe the occasional circus performer, but we're going to the other side. So in your own way, roll around to the left. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be relatively sustainable for you. Contract the muscle on top of your thigh, your quad. And even just thinking about that a little bit sometimes allows this kinesthetic relationship between the quad and the hamstring to come to play. And on this side, we're going to turn into pigeon pose. So that might require bending your front knee a little so you can walk your left foot over to the right and drop your hips low. You might tuck your left foot all the way into your right hip. If there's a lot of pain in your knee, put a block underneath your pelvis, lift yourself up onto a bolster, or roll onto your back and cross your left ankle over your right knee thigh and pull your legs into your chest a little and do the figure four. You're welcome to fold forward over your left leg if there is no pain in your knee, or if it's not intense, to do so. Sometimes these large muscles, the joint of our hip is really large, really involved in so much of our life stuff, like breathing and digestion, as well as just mobility and moving around. There can be a sense of tenderness and a sense of tenacity involved in feeling your way through your pelvis. Pick yourself up, roll to the inside edge of your right leg, bend your right knee. We're going to try to scooch around into the Baddha Konasana. And you might have turned sideways, you might have turned forward. You can roll your tail out and back. If you feel all the pressure in your inner knee thigh, you might slide your feet further forward. But otherwise, inhale, roll your heart open. Exhale, fold over your legs. You can fold no further, hang your head. You can round actively or passively. You can do this in extension, bringing your heart forward over your feet. Slowly roll yourself up. We'll work into the half pigeon on the right side. So you can roll to the outside edge of your right hip, work your left leg back in that same way. You can stay where you are, fold down. You might have turned horizontally on your mat to do that, and then you turn the other direction if you wish. Things might be quite the same from side to side, but they can also be quite different. So do pay attention to your own experience. Remember, it doesn't have to replicate previous practice or my practice or anything like that. And slowly press yourself up. We'll do a similar transition. We'll to the outside edge of your right hip and the inside edge of your left leg, and bring your left leg around. Take both legs out long. Fold forward. You can reach for your toes, Paschimottanasana, inhaling and exhaling. Now, if it feels like it's all in your lower back and you can't quite get to a place where you can hang forward, so just sitting up on something at the very edge of your hips. And that'll tilt your pelvis back naturally and give you a little bit of a boost up and over gravity. Inhale to unroll, and exhale to release. Press into your hands on the earth next to your mid-thighs. Point your toes and plug the backs of your heels down. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows to round forward as much as you can. And then inhale, straighten your arms. Try to keep the rounding, your face close to your legs. Press your heels down and lift your hips up. Exhale to lower. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten your arms. Lift your hips. If you'd like, you can try lifting your heels too. Exhale to set it down. And slowly roll down one bone at a time towards your back. Once you're all the way down, bend your knees, point your feet, Satya Sarvangasana bridge. You could certainly take upward facing bow, the Urdhva Dhanurasana. Once your feet are planted, your knees are bent, exhale, press your low back down, and inhale, lift your hips up. Roll your low back and middle back up off the earth. You're welcome to interweave your fingers beneath. Some folks will set blocks up underneath their sacrum or set their hands underneath their sacrum for support. Breathe. Try to keep your head on relatively straight. Puff your chest out towards your chin. Exhale to lower. With your right foot planted, take your left foot straight out towards the sky and just roll your ankle a few times clockwise, counterclockwise. Bend your knee and draw your left knee straight in towards your chest. Compress your hip, and you can take it out to the left and down towards your left armpit. You might take your right leg out long. Twist by bringing your left leg across your body towards the right. You take your left arm out to the left. Even now you're building a foundation. It's the back of your body on the ground, and gravity is helping to tack you down and press you up. Slowly bring your left knee back in. And put the sole of your left foot back down on the earth. Take your right leg straight up. Roll your ankle a few times clockwise. A few times counterclockwise. Exhale, bend your knee, pull it in towards your chest directly. And then take it out towards your right armpit. And maybe further down, you might take your left leg out long. And releasing your right arm out to the right, use your left hand to sweep your right leg across your body to twist. And bring your right knee back in. You can bring both knees into your chest and give yourself a squeeze. And as it feels good, release to lying down. You lie on your back, your side, your belly. Always roll to one side and decide to roll up to a supported seat. Welcome to rest for a few minutes in quiet and silence. So if you need to grab an extra layer or adjust something or scratch an itch on your nose or say a prayer or repeat a mantra or do anything really to prepare for resting, feel free to do it. And then try to let it be neutral, what you need doing. See if you can let yourself experience what's happening and be here now. When the time comes to shift and change, I'll call you up and out. Till then, let your breath turn over to your body's natural, involuntary sense, even if at first it's a little choppy or held. Relax the muscles of your face and brow as much as you can. Let yourself remain still, even in the sight of the impulses to fidget or fix or futz. I'll call you up when the time is ended. Until then, pay attention to how things really are. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavit Vashavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If you're lying in rest or sitting in integration, wish to remain, do so as long as you'd like. When the time comes to return, go to your breath. Ask the tide of it to return to your still waters. Let it rise just enough that you could ride it into gentle movement in your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes, scrunch and spread your face. If you're lying on your back or in a seat, you might reach out or up before gathering your knees into your chest, maybe rolling onto one side, resting your neck for a few more breaths so that you can roll it to sitting from a relaxed point of view when you do. That's a traditional closing chant, and again to remind us of our intention here, right? That human beings have been trying to wake up in this way, trying to really know how to be on purpose, know sort of our orientation, right, beyond the push and pull of the natural forces around us for many lifetimes, right? And we join and honor that lineage, right, as those who are students, right? Students of metaphysics, students of waking up, grateful students for what has been left by those who practiced before. The chant means, may we as we learn together be protected, learn together, know ease and joy. May our work together for the liberation of all be brilliant and illuminated, and may our work seek to contribute to the freedom and peace of all beings everywhere inside of this context of universality, non dualism, and kindness. Thank you for your time, energy, effort. If you'd like, you could seal your practice by folding your hands in Anjali Mudra or holding in the eye of your mind the gesture of the mudra, which is the idea that things that seem separate, like right and left, disparate, opposite, have a meeting place on the field of everything where they become one. Thank you for your work. You bring your thumbs to your third eye and bow to yourself, sealing your practice, sealing the gratitude for those who came before. Remember that yoga is a practice from the south of India, well, mostly from the south of India, but from the Indian continent, and that we are always grateful to those who came before. Always want to be clear about um, sort of the ability to practice waking up and move away from contexts of sort of expert nature, right? Obviously, offer knowledge, skill, experience, but remember that you are the one waking up from conditioned existence, right? It is the work that you do unto yourself, that study of self and experience. Right? Thank you for being here. I hope the sun shines on your face and that we get to see each other again soon. Thank you for practicing, seeking liberation.